All right, today there's no hook, there's no story, there's no offer. This is just a framework to use running a Facebook ad that's called D.W.E.L.L. Now, I learned D.W.E.L.L from a Facebook expert, marketing expert named John Parks. And what D.W.E.L.L is, it's a framework that helps you find your ideal customer so that you can put them inside of buckets. That way you can market to them exactly how you want. So D.W.E.L.L is an acronym. And the power behind that is being able to find your market exactly, where they are and have them, in a sense, bucketed to say, okay, these are my warm leads, these are my hot leads, these are my cold leads, and being able to know how to take them through the journey and specifically giving them the right message to meet them where they're at so that you can give them the results. So the first D is this. It stands for data. And data is basically the information or database that you've collected or accumulated. And it could be everything from emails, phone numbers, names, addresses, even birthdays. And what you do is you give it to Facebook. You say, okay, in an Excel file or CSV file, you say, okay, Facebook, I want you to find these people out on the internet that they're my people, and I want you to put them on a list and put them inside a bucket. And inside that bucket, you can name it how you want, so customer list. That way, if you run an ad, you can choose customer list to basically ascend them to the next product or cross-sell them. They know who you are. Your database, the people that you have know who you are, and you don't have to, it could be more of a call to action to a sale rather than having to educate them that you're an expert in the field or the thing that you're selling. And then, they already trust you. So your database is made for that. So you can send ads directly to them using the database D part of it. The W stands for website. Now with the website, it's more of tracking data. And you have a pixel on your, you set up a Facebook pixel on your website that allows you to track things like, what pages are they visiting? What buttons are they clicking? Are they watching videos? All these things to kind of see who's engaging on your website. Now, those people might be different than your database, but you can tell Facebook, hey, Facebook, when someone visits this page or clicks these buttons, please put them on a list or inside of a bucket. And that's the website. So website tracking. E stands for engagement. So this is why it's so important to create content that's engaging on your Facebook business page. When you're creating content, people, will like it, they'll comment, they'll, maybe watch a certain percentage of the video. The people that are engaging with you, of course, are a warmer market. So you tell Facebook, all right, Facebook, people who've engaged in my page, if they commented on a post, if they liked something, if they watched, 5 seconds of a video, 25% of a video, 100% of a video, you get to choose that. And then you say, Facebook, put those in a bucket. So you can get really targeted when it comes to certain content that you're creating that people are engaging with, which allows you then to take that and say, okay, send them this ad, and allows you to kind of like choose the adventure that they go on because of how they engage or even what type of content they engaged with. Now, the most powerful L, one of the most powerful, the next step is L, which is layered audiences. And this is really understanding your audience and your ideal client. Like, who do you want to go after? Are they men? Are they women? How old are they? What interests do they have? What influencers do they follow? What books or podcasts do they read? Job titles, where do they live? All these things that you can tell Facebook to kind of organize for you and put them inside of a bucket so that you can say, all right, people that do these, that have these behaviors that look like this, please send them this ad. That's the first L. The second L is a lookalike audience. And this is really the power behind social media. So as you collect all this data, right, you have your database, you have people who've engaged, you have your layered audience. A lookalike audience is saying, okay, the people that I like, maybe my database, or the people who engage on my content, find me the people who are exactly like them. So there's this degree of separation, and it's not really separation, but a percentage of 1 to 10 of how exact am I looking for of the person. If you choose a layered audience and you say, I want 1% of my database, or 1% of the people who've engaged on that list that they created, Facebook created for you. What it's saying is basically find my exact twin. And then when you move kind of down the row, you like your 2%, 3%, 4%, you get into, okay, now maybe not my exact twin, but my fraternal twin, or maybe my brothers and sisters. And the analogy is using like kind of like a family tree. It doesn't necessarily find their family members, but if you think about an exact replica of who you are, that's the 1%. When you go out to the 5 to 7%, those are like your cousins, right? It's like people who are in the same family, but may not have the same interests or behaviors as you, whereas your exact twin probably does. And when you go all the way out to 10%, well, that's like your crazy uncle who, really has nothing to do with you. So we never really want to choose the 10%. You want to stay in that 1 to 3% range. But what that does is they find those people, bucket them that have the same behaviors, same kind of interests, they take the same action, and now you can market to them, which is more of a colder audience. So on the colder audience, you might need to have a little bit more content that provides value to them, that allows them to look at you to be the trusted figure and then move them along in the process to purchase your product. And as you can see, this formula, this framework is strong because it allows you to find your target market, it allows you to duplicate your target market and kind of meet them where they are in their journey, not only with you, but where their journey is with themselves and the kind of journey to the product or the service that you sell. And really, that's one of the most powerful things with social media, or even Google allows you to do some of these things too, is kind of find your audience, bucket them, and market to them the way you need. So I just wanted to drop that framework today. There was no hook, there was no story. It was just straight value. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.